on his own guys. And really, it's a safety issue, Don, that the coaches and the competition committee put in a long time ago to make sure nobody gets hurt on a chip shot field goal or a special teams play. You see there, clearing it out. They don't want to hear it on the side. They'll talk to Dom Capers. They don't want to talk to anybody else.
Yeah, you remember the Bucs fans will remember the Bucs had a leaping problem in that Monday night game against the Colts.
That's right.
Simeon Rice left and landed on one of his guys.
You can't do that. And this penalty is one where the guy started more than 1 yard off the line of scrimmage and ran towards the line of scrimmage. You can't do that. Even if it's 2 yards, you can't do it. And it used to be that guys would get a running start, 5 or 10 yards and try and time the snap and then leap, and you'd get these old, these real tall tight ends and those types like Ricky Dudley's for the Bucs. A basketball player would run up and try and leap and do it, and they outlawed it because guys were really getting hurt by doing it.
And from the unsportsmanlike leaping, the Bucs come away with a first down, so they'll drive on now with 1:47 to play. Aaron Stecker works inside the 10-yard line. The Titans and the Bills continue to do battle in Nashville. Here's Jim.
All right, guys, the Titans have made a comeback now. They were down 11. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the last 6 minutes. Billy Bolak throwing the touchdown here to Justin McCarron and the lead, 21-17 with 11:50 remaining. Let's go back to Don and Steve.
Thank you, Jim. This Bolak's a pretty darn good-looking quarterback. I mean, not many people have heard about him, but he's good.
He showed flashes of brilliance in the preseason, but let's face it, he's on the team with the perhaps league MVP and Steve McNair.
And off, and the run is stopped at the 10-yard line. Aaron Stecker runs. And also, we've talked about our production people who've helped us so much. I'd also like to thank our technical manager, Tom McCarthy. The technical director is Colby Bourgeois. Audio supervisor, Devin Founts. Our CBS statistician, Bill George. Spotters, Derek Kukulich and Scott Goldsmith. I'd also like to thank Steve Tasker, 13-year veteran of the NFL and a Pro Bowl finalist.
No, not a Pro Bowl finalist.
I mean, a Hall of Fame finalist. You've been to the Pro Bowl 7 times. You've done that Pro Bowl thing a lot. Here is a run now. And down to the 6-yard line, Aaron Stecker runs again and stays in bounds. There's a penalty marker down, however. Tonight on CBS, the complete story of the capture of Saddam Hussein. Tonight on 60 Minutes. It's the most anticipated Survivor finale yet. 4 castaways, 3 tribal councils, 2 unforgettable hours, and only 1 ultimate survivor. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show all tonight on CBS.
We've got 21 seconds left in the game, and the official on this flag, they have a long conference.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving and never getting reset. 5 yards. Repeat.
Yeah, you'd think.
They're going to decline the penalty. It'll be 4th down.
And then Dom Capers saying, hey, we declined the penalty, and they finally got it done. And officials are supposed to say, if they say they're going to take the penalty, it's written in stone. They don't want to go back and forth. And they had a problem with that earlier in another game, and they said, okay, we're going to give them another chance. So the Texans got it right. And there's the remaining schedule for the Bucs. And there's hope, but not much.
Right now, with time almost out, the Bucs set up, ready to run the ball. Before they do, though, Brad Johnson in the rain and all wants a timeout.
And that's just a function of having too many shifts, and guys are not quite sure about how to get it off, and they ran out of time on the play clock.
So an interesting day for the Buccaneers and their drive to possibly make the playoffs, needing a sweep of the final 4 games. This will be the 2 of the last 4 with the win today.
It's interesting, too, as you see Dom Capers glaring at the field. The Buccaneers could kneel down very easily, well, except it's 4th down. But you wonder, are they going to go for the touchdown or what? And 21 seconds left, the ball's going to go back to the Texans. I don't know if Dom Capers is all too thrilled about the way this is at the end of the game with the 21 seconds and time to go.
Well, they have, as you know, Steve, the Houston Texans, their final 2 games coming up at beautiful Reliance Stadium. against Indianapolis and Tennessee, two tough opponents.
And then they can start getting Reliant Stadium prepared for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 38 you'll see here on CBS on Sunday, February 1 from the Reliant Stadium in Houston. Pitch back. Aaron Stecker heading down, and he's not in. He's cut down at the 1-yard line, and the clock continues to run.
And it is a first down.
It's also 9 seconds in running left in the game.
And now the clock will run out, and that'll do it. And a dominating performance today by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I tell you, they impressed me, and you, I know, also. Dave Ragone, the learning process continues for this rookie from Louisville, called on to start.
And after a game like today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go in the locker rooms and look at themselves in the mirror and say, what if we could have put it together like this just 2 games earlier into the season?
There's no question, Steve. If they get in the playoffs, and it's still a long shot, look out. This was an impressive team today, and there is the great Derek Brooks, the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year last season, number 55. David Carr, good to see him smiling, still with the ailing shoulder, but he did practice this week, but was held out of this game.
Yeah, one thing I've learned in a lot of time in the NFL, Don, you never count out the champions until they're out completely. And this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team has still got a lot of fight left in it, and a couple of games to go.
Now for Steve Tasker, this is Don Criqui saying so long from Raymond James Stadium, where the final score is Tampa Bay 16 and Houston 3. Now let's send you to New York, and Jim Nance and the Subway post-game report.
Thank you, Don and Steve. That's the first time all season the Bucs have won back-to-back games. 16-3 win over the Texans in the first meeting ever between those two franchises. We've got bonus coverage coming your way from the Music City. Tennessee's come from behind to take the lead on Buffalo. Let's go to Nashville. Dan Dierdorf's there with Dick and Bird.
Big Tank Williams from safety makes a hit on Travis Henry here in Tennessee at the Coliseum, where the Titans lead the Buffalo Bills 21-17, 10 minutes to go. Look at this hit.
Textbook. Hit him with the shoulder right in the sternum. Travis Henry distracted by being, had a guy coming from the inside and never really got a chance to power up against Williams.
Sammy Morris, good pass receiver, comes into the backfield for Travis Henry. 3rd down and 7 for Bledsoe. Throws as he's hit, and is that a catch by Moulds? He reached out with one hand and made the play. In traffic, going down, and Moulds, a sensational catch.
Well, Drew Bledsoe says they're going to blitz us until we prove we can handle it. Rocky Boyman buries Bledsoe, but not before he's able to deliver that. And you're right, a one-handed snag by Eric Moulds. How nice was that?
Tennessee fans must be getting sick of that. Marvin Harrison made a brilliant catch, one-handed, going that direction last week. Here's Henry. Breaks through a tackle on the corner, stays on his feet, and finally wrestled down inside the 20-yard line. First down for the Bills. Scott McGarrahan, the tackler.
Isn't it funny how one big play can energize 11 guys in an offensive huddle? All of a sudden, look at Travis Henry now. He gets good blocking. He breaks one tackle, but then he just goes right through McGarrahan for an extra 5-6 yards after being contacted.
17 yards on the play, 86 yards rushing today for Henry. Tennessee doesn't give up 100-yard rushers at home, not for a long time, 27 games in a row. Screenplay had been better off if Henry had not caught it. He didn't. That would have been a loss, as Peter's sermon all over it. The Buffalo Bills led at the half 10-6 when Gary Anderson missed a field goal just at the gun, and then Pat Williams, the defensive tackle, picked up a Volek fumble, 28 yards for a touchdown to give the Bills a 17-6 lead. But Volek has come back, 2 touchdown passes for the young quarterback from Fresno State, playing for Steve McNair, to give the Bills a 21-17 lead. Bledsoe has to burn a timeout, and that gives Buffalo only 1 timeout left. 8:24 remaining in the 4th.
everybody in the country to drive the all-new Chevy Malibu, we think you'd agree. It's just about perfect.
The new Chevy Malibu, available with OnStar. Visit ChevyMalibu.com for details.
Digital photography. HP. Invent.
Introducing Remington's new Titanium Smart System, the only shaver that combines the sharpness of titanium-coated blades with the technology to automatically clean itself. It could just make all other shavers obsolete.
In life, you can choose to give up or find the courage to keep fighting.
I just think this horse has a lot of heart.
There it is! Seabiscuit.
Don't stop, boy. Don't ever stop.
Own and give the DVD and video December 16th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Wachovia Securities. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. And by the new Chevy Malibu. Your private Malibu showing starts at ChevyMalibu.com.
Holidays upon us and festive mood here in Nashville, Tennessee. 2nd and 10. Buffalo with the ball at the 18-yard line, trailing Tennessee by 4.
I would say right now that the festive has been replaced by anxious, as Buffalo, which really hasn't done a whole lot offensively today. You see 17 points on the board, but it has been a struggle most of the day for Buffalo's offense.
And Bledsoe has not been very successful in the fourth quarter all year. One touchdown pass all season in the fourth quarter. Empty backfield on 2nd and 10. Here comes Kurth. He got him. The freak.
Well, and Albert Hainsworth down low. They put the high-low on Bledsoe. Albert Hainsworth is going to get the big push right up here in the middle. Watch him come right up in there. He's got Bledsoe around the knees, and Javon Curse takes him down from behind.
Yeah, they'll probably split that sack, giving Curse 10 for the year. More importantly, moves a potential field goal farther out of range. It'd be about a 43-yarder now. 3rd down, Bledsoe over the middle, complete to Mark Campbell, so they take some yardage back inside the 15, far short of a first down, but it'll make it an easier kick for Ryan Lindell. Credits Sermon with the tackle.
Which, coming from this direction, is really important because they are kicking into the wind. Lindell's going to have to kick into the wind if you're going right to left on your screen. So those were valuable yards, and I'm sure much appreciated by the Buffalo kicker. And as you can see, where he's going to touch this off is his 100% range.
32-yard attempt. Plenty of leg, and it's good. So Lindell, who has missed some critical field goals in this difficult season, pulls the Bills within 1. And the reason that Tennessee still leads by 1, they went for a 2-point conversion after their touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and Robert Holcomb on a run got the 2. Let's take a look at the playoff picture. The teams on the left are in the lead in their respective divisions. Tennessee currently on course to play at Baltimore in the wild card round, and there are the Jets and Buffalo on the bottom right-hand column with faint hopes, but nevertheless looking for that miracle of their own that would get them in the playoffs. Indianapolis winning big today against Atlanta. And Kansas City the same at home against the Lions.
Well, just keep in mind, you got these 2 teams in the middle right here, 4 teams over here. Out of those 6, 2 of them are going to end up being wild card teams. So a lot of competition. And if you look at Buffalo right there, if they lose today, giving them their 8th loss, they're out. 8-8, not going to get it.
And even the Jets, though they won today to go 6-8, they could be eliminated even though they were victorious. Bit too complicated. We'd have to go right up to 60 minutes to explain all the ramifications.
But it's really simple for the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
They have a slim chance at making the playoffs, but they have to win out.
Derek Mason, who has returned to that kick return duty. In year 2000, he made the Pro Bowl when he set an NFL record with all-purpose yards because of his returning, and he has 151 return yards today and 93 more in pass catches. Here he comes. There's 5 more yards, 10, and belted after a 13-yard return to the 33. Deshaun Polk with a tackle, and we're down to the final 2 weekends of the NFL year. Saturday football action on CBS next Saturday at 5 Eastern. The Chiefs and the Vikings at Minnesota with Jim Nantz and Dan Marino, Dion, and Boomer at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 in the West. Now Jeff Fisher's team losing 2 in a row, and that's a rare event here in this town.
And boy, could they use Eddie George in the running game right now.
Volek to throw. He scores again with Mason, who can't wiggle free from Antoine Winfield's grasp. A gain of 7. And George gets up slowly after the play. So the Colts have won and in a breeze against the Falcons, 38-7.
How about the confidence here in the Tennessee Titans? Hanging on to a 1-point lead. A classic situation of grinding out the clock by running the football, and they have enough confidence in a first-time starter, Billy Volek, to let him air it out on first down. That tells me a little something.
And he fakes now to Brown, throwing long. And Justin McCarron's with a catch, but yep, they're going to say it was inbounds. Look at Derek Mason. What a play.
What a call. What a call. Antoine Winfield, number 26, look at the coverage. How can you have much better coverage than Antoine Winfield has right there?
37 yards on the play. And Mason having a brilliant day. He's over 80 catches for the season as he tries to earn a second trip to Honolulu, but this time as a wide receiver.
If I'm Antoine Winfield, I'm in a state of disbelief.
Now let's see, is Greg Williams going to challenge this? No, timeout taken by Volek as they were slow getting out of the huddle to the line of scrimmage. That's their first timeout. So Mason with 9 catches, 137 yards. He's 85 catches to match his number on the season. Tonight, folks, on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. The complete story now of the capturing of Saddam Hussein. You won't want to miss that. And then the most anticipated Survivor finale yet. 4 castaways, 3 tribal councils, 2 unforgettable hours, only 1 ultimate survivor. Don't miss the Survivor season finale and live reunion show tonight on CBS.
It's those 3 tribal councils. I can't. That's intoxicating to me. I can't get over that.
Now, you've talked about it all week long. We've had to rein you in a couple times. You're ready for that show.
How about Mike Heimerdinger, the offensive coordinator of the Titans, in running out the clock, consecutive pass plays?
Amazing.
Talk about being aggressive as a play call.
And Volek proving his mettle. Eddie George is back, so he's okay. The fake to him, and
another pass.
Look at the time he has. Throws away from Aaron Kinney. Spikes was laying in waiting in case that pass was thrown. He had a perfect angle. Took a long time before any pressure on Volek, and Aaron Schobel, with 2 sacks today, was the man that finally got through.
You know, just grinding the ball away on the ground, churning up first downs, you know, using up that clock, getting some positive yardage. The Titans are 4 in a row now.
Another throw. Screen it to George. Breaks out of the tackle. They had him, and there he goes. 15, 10, down to the 5, fumbled the ball, and it goes right to the Titans at the 1-yard line.
defense of Greg Williams is last in the National Football League in takeaways, and he'll tell you that it's because of situations like this. First of all, an outstanding piece of work by Eddie George, but there is a loose ball on the field in a critical situation, and it bounces right to the other team. The other team holds on to it.
And who but Derek Mason, who's been in the right spot the entire game.
14 takeaways is all that the Buffalo defense had coming into today's game. Last in the NFL. That's the least.
Eddie George, he earned one. Not quite. Down at the 1-foot line, Pat Williams reaching out a big paw. They've recovered only 5 fumbles in 13 games until today.
Well, we showed you that statistic at the start of the fourth quarter, or actually the start of the second half, where start of the fourth quarter, where Tennessee, trailing in 4 games this year at the start of the fourth quarter, has lost all 4. So kind of a gut check here for the Titans to see if they can actually muster enough going here in the fourth quarter to come out with a win.
Sneak by Volek, and they push him in for the touchdown. Well, it's been a McNair-like effort by young Billy Volek from Fresno State. His first NFL start in his 4th season, and he has really performed in an outstanding manner.
Well, a Steve McNair quarterback sneak has a little more mustard on it than a Billy Volek quarterback sneak. Volek at 214 pounds.
Gary Anderson for the point after. But Volek, all he's done today, 25 for 40, 287 yards, 2 touchdowns throwing, and here's a little frosting on the 1-yard sneak.
Well, Volek just feels he just senses that there's a soft spot to his left, and he kind of rolls right into it. Boy, I'd like to win my first start.
The Titans open a 28-20 lead. At 1-point conversion that they went for 2 did the Titans when they were trailing 17-6 and scored a touchdown, making it 17-14. Now they lead by 8 as we welcome those of you that have been watching Jacksonville and New England, and the Patriots winning streak continues here in Nashville. The Buffalo Bills led at the half 10-6, and then Pat Williams picked up a fumble by Billy Volek and went 28 yards to give the Bills a 17-6 lead early in the 3rd. But the Titans, led by Volek, making his first ever NFL start, have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns and now lead 28-20. This is Antonio Brown. Tackled by Scott McGarrahan.
Well, we saw Kevin Gilbride standing on the sidelines talking to Drew Bledsoe about what they were going to try to do with a little more than 4 minutes left in this game. They're a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from sending this game into overtime. There's Gilbride, Buffalo's offensive coordinator. And again, the Buffalo offense has had problems moving chains. Their 3rd down conversion rate on the season is bad. Today, it's been horrible.
And with the exception of a few runs by Travis Henry, they've done a good job on Henry. And Bledsoe fires, almost intercepted. It is, or not. It hit the ground. Dyson and Shoulders were in on the play, and Dyson behind it almost got the carom. Shoulders.
Lance Shoulders had an easy, well, I call it easy, but certainly a very catchable interception as he gets both hands on the football, but looked like it just powered right through there before he could clamp the vise shut.
It's been amazing. Derek Mason seems to be open at will in this game for Tennessee. Bledsoe having trouble finding men in the open. There's Shaw, twisted out of bounds by Shoulders after the catch and actually thrown forward on the whiplash tackle to the 34.
Well, that was a heck of an effort by Bobby Shaw. It looked like the easy thing was to be trying to hit for the sidelines and get out and stop the clock. He really puts forth a great effort trying to get up to the sticks.
And he makes the first down.
Look at that. That's a tremendous piece of effort by Bobby Shaw.
4 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Henry able to run away from Williams, but not able to pick up much yardage. Stops the clock at the 36-yard line. Samari Roll up from the corner to get him out of bounds. Again, let's check, those of you who have been joining us, the AFC playoff picture with the Colts and Kansas City. Easy wins today. New England wins again. Baltimore later at Oakland. Tennessee is in the wild card position. Buffalo has to win or is eliminated. Bledsoe just gets it off in time. Corner blitz. The throw for Moulds, not close, as Samari Roll had done a good job at checking him. And the fact that Moulds is unable to use his explosive speed downfield because of that groin injury, although he said he feels better now than he has in weeks, has really taken a lot out of this passing game. It's easy to fault Drew Bledsoe, but Moulds not being at full strength has been a major factor in a dull passing season.
And here comes third down, Dick. The Bills in this game have only converted 2 of them out of 10.
Tennessee best in the business in stopping teams on third down. Thrown right into a crowd to Sammy Morris. No chance at all. Robert Smith and Javon Curse right there to make the tackle. And they will punt, Buffalo, with 3:40 and the clock running.
Well, this is Greg Williams, Dick, relying on his defense that is so highly rated. This is him saying, can they pull us out of the fryer one more time?
Only one timeout left for the Bills, plus the 2-minute warning. Foreman drives it toward Mason. He says, stay away. And then fair catch at the 30-yard line. Mason with 302 yards total offense, all-purpose yardage for Tennessee today.
Jim Nance and crew back here in New York. We have the full Subway postgame show coming up. Due to the NFL League doubleheader rules, we have to pull out now at 4:15 Eastern time, but we will keep you posted there on the Titans and the Bills. We got all the scores and highlights coming up. Kansas City has won the West. Indianapolis is in the playoffs. All the scores and highlights coming up next.
Hey, big old Michael Strahan, you ain't got nothing. Let me ask you something. How about them Cowboys? I said, how about them Cowboys? Woo! Oh, yeah!
Offensive behavior. Another side effect of hunger. Stop hunger from stopping you. Grab a Snickers, peanuts, caramel, and chocolate.
You forgot your hat!
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
And now, Uncommon Performances, presented by Wachovia Securities. New England Patriots wide receiver Troy Brown returned to action after missing the previous 4 games due to injury. Early in the fourth quarter versus Jacksonville, he was on the receiving end of Tom Brady's 10-yard touchdown pass. For more Uncommon Performances, log on to CBSSportsline.com and vote for the Uncommon Performance of the Week. Wachovia Securities. Together, we can achieve uncommon results.
Introducing Remington's new titanium smart system, the only shaver that combines the sharpness of titanium-coated blades with the technology to automatically clean itself. It could just make all other shavers obsolete.
Zale's beautiful 3-carat diamond bracelet, just $4.99. One more way for the love of your life to light up a room. Exclusively at Zale's, making moments last a lifetime.
The King of Queens. Catch it Wednesdays on CBS. It's all here. Things grow fast around here, especially the crowd that's moving to Dodge Ram, because Ram is the fastest growing full-size pickup in the Southeast, easily beating Ford and Chevy. You can make Ram move fast too with an available best-in-class 345 horsepower Hemi. Add the protection of Dodge's 770 powertrain limited warranty and your choice of a big cash allowance or low financing, and you've got a growing list of reasons why you should join the crowd headed to your Southeast Dodge dealer for the best values in America.
Season's best. Experience the magic. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
Lease a new 2004 DeVille for about $499 a month at your Cadillac dealer. See dealer for residency restrictions.
The Subway postgame show is sponsored by Subway. Good, so you don't always have to be. Subway. Eat fresh.
All right, friends, welcome to the Subway postgame show. Sit back, relax, enjoy all the highlights, all the stories, a lot of things to settle here as we welcome you to our studios in New York along with Dan Marino, Deion Sanders, Boomer Esiason. Here's what we know. The Kansas City Chiefs have clinched the AFC West. The Indianapolis Colts have qualified for the playoffs by virtue of their win today. The Lions have tied the all-time NFL record for consecutive losses on the road, tying the Oilers back in 1984 with 23 straight road losses. And St. Louis is 2 seconds away from winning the NFC West if it can hold on with Seattle inside the 40, down 5 with 2 seconds to play. Rams can hold on. They will, in fact, win that division. Let's go through all the highlights here. We begin with the Patriots, a 10th straight win today, their 12th win on the season. It was Brady here to Graham to get things started. They had not scored an opening possession touchdown in 19 games until that one.
And right here, Leftwich finds Jimmy Smith. Great move. The receiver still has it. Forget his age. I don't know how old he is. He's in his 30s, but he's still making plays. Leftwich right here. Just a little touch pass. Fred Taylor drops the ball. He could score, but he did. Play action pass, Tom Brady. Oh, another drop by Larry Sanders. What is this drop day? What? Leftwich again, play action pass, setting his feet at midfield, picked off.
He caught that one.
Tyrone Poole, the first of two. Yeah, he definitely caught that one. Tell you what, and Brady right here, dropping back, taking his time. Look at this, man. That is poetry in motion. Troy Brown, where has he gone? Antoine Smith barreling in for the touchdown. Brady, nice consistent day, 22 of 34, 22-28.
Hey, 12 wins on the season. That's a Patriot record. 10 straight wins is as well. Let's go back up to New England and Armageddon with Teddy Bruschi.
Well, Teddy, the streak of not giving up a touchdown at home dating back to October 6th ended, but still a stellar defensive effort.
That really doesn't matter. What matters to us is that final score, and it says 27-13. It was all about Jacksonville this week, and we got our victory now. It's on to New York.
You seem like you put a lot more pressure as this conscious decision to increase the pressure on Leftwich as the day wore on.
Well, first of all, stop Fred Taylor. And when the field gets like this, December in Foxborough, it's hard to get outside on this defense because of the field. So once we stop the running game, then we want to put some pressure on the passer.
Well, speaking about December in Foxborough, as you move deeper into the season and into the playoffs, the kind of advantage playing in this kind of weather with this kind of fans.
Right, we feel comfortable here. This is home. This is home. All this snow, all this rain, sleet, mud, whatever you call it, it's home. We love it, and we want to bring everybody here.
Well, you're having a Pro Bowl season, Teddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, Armin. Thank you.
All right, so the Patriots, here are the numbers on that game. You can see in the snow, they didn't manage 300 yards, but they, again, managed to win a 10th straight time now. New England, again, holding on to that #1 seed spot at the moment in the AFC.
New England's defense, they always come up with the big plays, game after game, week after week. You see them making the big plays. You see Poole, the 2 interceptions, returned once like the 5-yard line, then he gets tackled. But this defense of New England, you got to give them credit. They make things happen.
Hey, let's give some credit to the St. Louis Rams. It's just gone final. The Rams have won the NFC West. They have won the West for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. Mark Bulger is live on the field as the Rams celebrate. It was a hard-fought win today. Mark throwing for a couple of touchdowns in that victory. Congratulations, Mark, to you and your team. Mark, Jim Nansen, the NFL Today, we congratulate you on winning the division.
Hello, I can't hear anyone right now, so I'm not sure.
Well, thanks, Jim. We had a good day.
Why don't you talk to your old high school, not classmate,
alumni,
high school alumni, Dan Marino from Central Catholic.
Well,
talk to Mr. Bulger here. Can you
I don't know if he's there or not, but I know this, that Mark, hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy?
But I can't hear anything. Okay, Dan, is that you? I think I can hear you.
Yeah, that's us.
Right,
Congratulations on the win today and clinching the division.
Thank you. You know, I'm just going to talk a little because I can't hear you guys much, but, you know, all of our games this year have been like this, and, you know, coming down to the wire, and we've showed some heart.
That's a smart Central guy. He didn't hear the question, but he come up with a good answer.
Hey, Mark, for you, you're now 17-3 as a starter. You had not beaten, though, the Seahawks. They had beaten you a couple of times, and now to come back today and have a strong performance and a win like that, how satisfying for you today?
It's great. You know, the Seahawks, you know, they've been struggling a little bit on the road, but they brought their A game today, and, you know, I did beat them last year, first time at home, and the other loss I got against them, I only played one play, so I didn't look too far into that stat.
Hey, Mark, this is Boomer. You know, we've heard all year long about, you know, you were struggling in the middle of the season, and Kurt Warner had told Mike Martz, listen, stick with Mark Bulger through the tough times. What did that mean to you to hear that from your backup quarterback, Kurt Warner?
It meant a lot, but you know what? Knowing Kurt Warner the way I do, I wasn't surprised, and everyone's kind of wondering why I'm not surprised, but that's just the kind of guy Kurt is, and I appreciate it. And yeah, he's been like that with me the whole time I've been here. So, you know, he doesn't surprise me, and, you know, he knows who Kurt Warner is, and that's the best thing about him.
Well done, Mark. Thanks for taking the time right after that division-clinching win to join us here on the NFL Today. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about the problem.
No problem.
You know what I'm thinking about? Kurt Warner better know who Kurt Warner is, or we're all in trouble.
That's right. Well said. Here are the highlights. Let's watch now. Early, Mark was sacked for a safety here. 2-0 Seattle. But here comes Marshall Faulk, who's looking like the Faulk of old right now.
Then Matt Hasselbeck drops back, and the ball gets tipped, and Travis Fisher picks it off for the St. Louis Rams. I was going to say Los Angeles. Mark Bulger drops back. Isaac Bruce is wide open there. Must have been a blown coverage. Matt Hasselbeck returns the favor on the other side. Dion's boy, Darrell Jackson, there for a 9-yard touchdown. Then Mark Bulger drops back all day to throw. Watch this catch right here, 40-yard touchdown. Torrey Holt, excellent catch. Then Bulger again. Drops back, mistake right here, though. He gets picked off by Randall Godfrey, which leads to a field goal. And then Sean Alexander, he just gets in there for 2 yards.
All right, so they're now 11-3 on the season. And we talked on the NFL Today about it being really a two-team race, we figure, on the NFC side with St. Louis and Philadelphia. The Eagles a Monday night visit down to Miami. And guys, this is a guy that knows how to win, though, our guest a moment ago. 17-3 as a starter.
Well, Boomer's talked about it, you know, most of the year, how he thinks St. Louis is going to be the team in the Super Bowl, and they have to keep doing what they've been doing, and that's winning at home to try to stay with that home field advantage, stay with Philadelphia. The Rams, Mark Bulger, everybody on that team are big Miami Dolphin fans right now because they want to see them beat Philly.
How about this? The Rams make it 9-0 for home teams in the first part of today's games. That's pretty impressive stuff. And when you think about what the Rams are doing and how Marshall Faulk is playing, I think that is really the key to the way he has been playing, reminiscent of the year that they won the Super Bowl.
That's 13 straight home wins overall now for the Rams, again improving to 11-3 on the season. We have an update now on Buffalo and Tennessee. They're at the 2-minute warning, and Tennessee with a 28-20 lead. They've just punted to the Bills, and the Bills will have the football at their own 34-yard line. And we will continue with updates and scores and highlights on the Subway Post-Game Show from New York in just a moment.
Some people believe there's a carpentry gene, and I think I got it. Hanging things, I'm a little hit or miss on. But with the Black & Decker Bullseye, it's foolproof. I just find a stud, hang it on the wall, and it self-levels. Gives you a straight line every time.
The Bullseye from Black & Decker.
We must protect this house! In the red zone, the best way to defend against the play is to stop it before it starts. That's why I use new Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice.
Red Zone's new odor defense system helps stop odor before it starts, and the scent lasts longer than the leading brand. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick of something else.
Hey, it's better to be defensive than offensive. New Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice.
It doesn't take much to tell someone how special they are. Sometimes it doesn't take words at all. The exquisite 2-carat diamond bracelet, just $2.99.